it's your girl Abby. Welcome to my channel. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I hope you decide to subscribe. So today we'll be transforming these low-waisted jeans into high-waisted jeans using absolutely no sewing machine. And if you are interested in seeing how I achieve that, definitely do keep on watching. Please like, comment and share this video if you find it helpful. Don't forget to subscribe. Smash the life out of that subscribe button. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay guys, so firstly we're gonna need a pair of low-waisted jeans, a pair of already high-waisted jeans, measuring tape, a marker, pins, pair of scissors, and some seam rippers. These are not seam rippers though, but I like using them because they're much faster. So firstly we're gonna lay our already high-waisted jeans flat, and then we're going to measure the crotch length. I got a measurement of 12 inches, 11.9, 12 inches, right? So you're going to take that measurement. Okay guys, so we're going to take our measurements that we took, and then we're going to put them onto this pants and then make some markings. So I decided not to make the crotch length of these jeans 12 inches because with increasing the crotch length, you lose length from your jeans. So the longer you make the crotch length, the shorter your jeans will fit. So I ended up making the measurement for the crotch, for the new crotch length, 9 inches. So that's what I'm going to start marking out on my pants. So I'm taking a marker and marking 9 inches down from the top of the fly down to where 9 inches ends, and I'm gonna do that marking on both sides and make sure you make them equal so you don't have ill-fitting jeans. Okay, so now we're gonna start seam ripping. We're gonna start from right beneath the fly down to the middle of the crotch, from the middle of the crotch down to where we made the markings by the legs. Now what you do on the one leg, you do on the other leg too. And then we will need to turn the pants around and do the same amount of seam ripping at the back. Now this is where things get tricky. The same amount of fabric you seam rip beneath the fly is the same amount you need to seam rip at the back. To ensure that, I suggest you measure how much you are going to seam rip beneath the fly to the middle of the crotch. Measure that amount and then you seam rip the same amount by the legs and behind the pants. I hope I'm making sense. And I tried filming while I was seam ripping here. It was an epic fail, guys. I couldn't get it in frame. I'm using a different setup area, so I don't know how to stay in frame yet. Forgive me for that. Okay guys, so now we have seam ripped and I was here for a while. And it took a while, I don't want to lie to you, but you have to be patient and take your own time, because if you're gonna rush through this and you're gonna tear something while trying to rush through your seam ripping, you're gonna rip something and it's gonna be hard to repair. You're gonna have wasted what I hope to be a good pair of jeans, and you don't want that. So take your time and do this right. And yeah, okay, so now we're gonna start making a mark and joining all the dots. So you're gonna start making a curved line from where you started seam ripping below the fly down to the marking you made by your leg. Now you might see I have extra markings because the previous day I recorded this video. I had attempted to make a video to film this video for you guys, but it didn't work out. And then when I decided to do it the next day, I ended up using, you know, different measurements and stuff. So yeah, you'll see I'll keep on going back and forth with my marker, trying to, you know, make it nice and precise, because I did not want to mess the jeans up. These are my only pair of black jeans. Okay guys, to give yourself an indication of where to start marking from the back, you will flip your fabric over slightly and then start marking from the back. Because you know we stop from the front, and then you'll just transfer that marking kind of to the back, and then you will do that on the other leg also. And this would honestly make things so much easier for you, because then you know where to start marking, leaving yourself a clue, which would be so much helpful when you turn your pants around to start marking from the back and make sure everything is equal and precise. Now you're going to start, pulling your fabric together and make sure everything is aligned before you start making any markings. Whenever you're ready, you will start marking, which is so much easier because you left yourself a clue and you know where to stop. So you're not, wondering what's going on. Now we're ready to cut, and we're cutting. I'm out of frame again, but we're here. We're finally, cutting things. As you see, from where I marked to where I'm cutting, there's a bit of seam allowance, and that really helps because my weight goes up and down, and I'll be able to adjust it accordingly when I need to. So, yeah. There we are. Everything is cut. All that's left to do is to stitch this bad boy together. Okay guys, so now we're gonna take our two inner seams, the seam from the left leg and the right leg, and we're gonna try and bring those middle seams in together and pin them down. Now we're gonna pin from the back, right where I'm pointing, through the front where we started seam ripping. Now we're going to sew from the back area right through the crotch area, the middle crotch area to the front. And yeah, I'll be using needle and thread for this project because my sewing machine decided to go on its own lockdown period. It was like, no ma'am, I ain't doing this today and stuff. So I needed to use needle and thread. And I think all the projects that I've done so far on my channel are actually easy enough to do with needle and thread. So guys, I feel like it's going to be much easier to start right before where you seam ripped. Start sewing right before where you seam ripped. As you can see, that's where my seam ripping starts. So I'm going to start sewing right before that. So this is going to help with back stitching, because if we were using a sewing machine, we were going to back stitch, but since we're not, we're going to finesse it by sewing right before we actually need to sew. So yeah. Okay guys, now when you get to the middle, you will want to take your own sweet time, because we don't want a weak stitch holding that fabric together, because with the amount of dancing I do, I need to rest assured that I am protected by my super carefully executed stitch. If not, my pants will come ripping apart and my business will be exposed to the world. And we don't want that now, do we? Exactly. Okay guys, so now I am basically done. I'm just finishing off my stitch, but just a tip, if you are gonna start where you're gonna start and then finish, you just have to go right back with another stitch just to secure. And then this is what we have right now. This is how it looks in the front and in the back. Not bad, yeah? So now we are going to take in the waist, and in most cases, if you're going to do this transformation, you're going to need to reduce the waist of your jeans. Well, at least in my case, because my torso area is smaller than my actual waist. So yeah, I pricked myself while doing this, so I hope you guys will like this video. So again, you'll start sewing on the seam, and then you're gonna come right up with your stitch and just continue sewing. Okay, now that you've reached the waistband, you will use a button stitch. I call it a button stitch because it's how you would essentially sew on a button. So you pierce the needle through the fabric, pull it out, and then pierce next to the piercing you just made, pull it through, and then just repeat that process until you are at the end of your stitch. Doing the stitch will make sure your stitch is very secure, and you can pull tight without the fabric gathering, which is why I like the stitch. And when you're done, you just finish off your stitch. Like, I knew I had hand stitching skills, but I'd forgotten how good they are. I'm really proud of how this turned out, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you are going to recreate this and transform your pair of low-waisted jeans, definitely do tag me on Instagram. My Instagram is going to be on the screen. Like, comment, and share this video if you found it helpful, and thank you so much, guys. And here is the final look. I am so excited.